Hey y'all, what the is T bitches? Yes, we are back up in this gig, and well, you're getting an iPhone video because this video was actually filmed on the podcast. I talked about Solange's album in depth on the podcast, and I decided to give y'all that instead. So it's a section of the podcast in this. But you know what? Like, if you want to see the full thing, like the full podcast, like the full Solange explanation and videos in here. But like, if you want to see the whole podcast, you go ahead and sign up and see the rest. But yeah. Go watch the podcast. Go watch the podcast. Go watch the podcast. So yeah, so if you want to watch the rest of the podcast, go sign up. But the whole Solange part of the podcast is in this video. So like, you don't have to worry about that. It's here. Also, just because you were part of the notification squad, here's a gift card. So like, yeah, whoever got it. Just let you know, right? Love y'all. Enjoy. I want to talk about Solange's album. Only reason why, because it's freshly in my brain, and I want to get it out while it's freshly in my brain. I think that this album had to be one of those albums that will go down in history of like, you know, like how your grandparents or your parents could be like, back in 1970, like this record that everybody respected, but it wasn't that big, but it was really, like, was very respected. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Like that record that you be like, bitch, you don't know nothing about this. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm like, oh my God, who was getting you together?
Zachary, I don't know. Okay. But yes.
I feel like this album is going to be that album where it's like, bitch, you don't know nothing about this. You tell your kids, like, bitch, you don't know nothing about this.
It could be that, or it could be a segue into like a new type of sound.
Like what?
Like, because, you know, what Solange did on this album was not common.
No.
At all. It was very far from common. But it could be her attempt into beginning to make this type of sound common.
Even, like, the beat patterns were weird. It was like, bitch, what is happening?
But they have, like, an underground, like, slew of artists that do similar stuff to this. Just not as polished as Solange did it, or as good as Solange probably did it.
I feel like she gives, you know what, similar, since you said that, similarities would be FKA Twigs.
Yeah, something like that. That's what's like, I feel like instead of saying it was a classic, it's more so of like a new wave, like of just something that's a sound that's coming to people or whatever. That people, that they trying to get people to latch on to. But that's what I'm talking about.
Like, I'm saying, like, you know, oh, I guess I didn't get it right. Like that one record that your parents always pull out, it wasn't that popular, it probably wasn't that big, but bitch, it was so sickening. One of those, like, thing, I don't know, I can't think of a band or something. Like, you'll be like, bitch, this, your phone is,
this phone is ruined.
But yeah, I think Solange's album is something like that. First of all, I do think that I like that she brought in, no shade, well, not even no shade, the tea is the bitch brought in Black History Month to March. And she said, well, I'm not done yet, actually. I got more to say. And I like that it was like, how can I say it? It was like avant-garde, but you should get it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, yeah, this is twisted and like, what the fuck is going on? But like, bitch, open your goddamn brain, kinda. It was one of those records. It was like aggressive. Like, I feel like a seat at the table was like, all right, here you what's up, you we black, we up in here. And then when I get home, it's like, my black skin, my black dress, my black this, bitch, get it to me. My skin is my logo. It was just so, like, proud. And like, bitch, what's up? It was like and I call it like the B-side of A Seat at the Table. Yeah. It was like she produced all this at one time and was like, you know what? I live for this.
Yeah.
I don't live for this right now. But I'm gonna put this on this. And then she said, oh, bitch, I'm gonna come back. And I'm coming home. And when I get home, here I am. I like the fact that this bitch, mind you, me and Kenneth watched the visual for this stuff. If you haven't watched the visual for it, bitch. Okay, now I need to address what people were saying, like, well, bitch, this is dumb. How people were just disregarding the record, like, saying that Solange, what are you doing? But, like, the visual will tie it all together for you if you are one of those people. But if you are one of those people, I'm not surprised on why you are.
If you would just listen to the album from like point A to point Z, like from the start to the end, no stops, no pause, no skipping through songs and stuff like that. Like just listen through it all and just like enjoy the music. You know, enjoy the artistry, you know. I feel like people, especially pay attention to what she's saying. Oh. Pay attention to like the patterns of her voice. Like this was like a very artistic album, and it was artistic in the sense of like music. Like it. Oh, this does not work. Is this candle gone? Oh, I love the way this candle smells. Oh no. Okay, yes, God, honey. You are ugly, but. Ooh, bitch, this is bright. Oh, girl, I just. I was like this too. But as you were saying, you should listen to the words what she's saying, because she's talking about women empowerment, the black woman, and then she also was talking about a lot about like how it doesn't matter what color you are, bitch, we all sick then. She also what was that one song? What's that one song? Oh, Dreams. And I want, bitch, let me tell you, I want to tap into what that really means, because it was a lot about, like, I'm thinking about the visual, and I'm thinking about the words, and now she's talking about a little girl and how dreams sometimes evaporate, and sometimes you won't. You feel like your dreams won't come true, or it's like you're hitting a dead end. But I'm like, bitch, I live for that. But also, I'm thinking about at the visual, is she saying like how like the girl like grew like moth around her or something, or almost like a rebirth situation. I don't know. It's really weird. I'm really trying to get into it, but bitch, my brain, in my heart and my brain between Alameda and Dreams and Down. Rep your set. I get into Down
those.
With the Click.
Down with the Click. I get into that. Mm-hmm. I get into those. Mm-hmm. And then the final track too. I forgot the name of it, but I get into that too. It's like a good conclusion of everything. You know what I mean? Me and Kenneth watched the visual. Here you go. Watch this one. Yeah. She got diamond nipples. Bitch, she got diamond nipples. Yeah, all these transitions, bitch. Seamless. This bitch was just vibing, and then next thing you know, the horse came, bitch. Oh, we naturally got the peace pipe. We got peace pipe. I feel like the only way to really enjoy Solange is with peace pipes. Then you really can get into her gig and really know what the fuck she's talking about. Because I kind of get what she's talking about sober, but bitch, when you are up in that gig, you understand in a whole nother level, sis. Bitch, where did she film these people at in Ohio, bitch? In the cornfield. This is sickening. This is so sickening. Oh my goodness. You said that's out in Texas somewhere? That might be out in Texas. Yes, Solange, bitch. What are you about to give me? Oh my goodness. Bitch, they really ride horses like this in Texas?
No.
Oh. But they really ride horses like this?
There's a piece of Texas culture that rides horses like that, yes.
Oh,
there's
wow.
there's a large piece of it, yeah.
Wow. Oh, bitch. Girl.
Her choreo gets me every time.
Every time.
It's always so subtle.
Yeah! Oh, bitch, this is sickening. This is sickening.
She got the cowboy hats.
Bitch, okay!
This is kind.
Sickening. Bitch, come on, eyeshadow. Come on. Yes! Yes! This bitch is over here on this white thing while they around this circle thing. This is... Oh, she looks so beautiful. What is this up here on my screen? I can't wait to Beyonce next situation, bitch. Cause Solange is so kind. This is beautiful. These girls are sickening, bitch. I want me a gator boot, bitch. Give me a gator boot, bitch. Way to the show. Okay. Yes! I love her choreography so much. Bitch, look at this hair! Bitch, this hair! Yes! Bitch, y'all I can see my arm, but bitch, I am gagging. Bitch. Bitch, she's visuals, bitch.
You could show them a peek of that part.
Should I want a peek of that part, Kenny? I gotta rewind a little bit because I want y'all to see this one part. Bitch, this bitch hair is so cunt. Is that too far back or is that not far back enough? Look at this here. Bitch, this is a visual, bitch.
Yeah, this is a visual for real.
I want a picture like this.
With these major red boots.
Bitch, I'm gonna get my bed curtain upstairs and I'm just gonna put it up on the wall and I'm taking a picture like that.
Y'all.
I'm sorry, Miss Solange is that bitch. Simply that. Simply put. Oh my God! Bitch, you better not be in this robot, bitch. Yes, she is. Yes, yes. Oh my God! All right. This best album 2019 gonna be a key. Cause she moved her way on up to the top for me. This is sickening! I'm speechless. I am speechless as all get up. This don't make no damn sense. This is a visual, Kenneth. Kenneth! Wow. Okay. This is sickening. This is sickening. This is sick. Yeah. I will say this. Even the way it was composed, the way that it was organized and put together, because the sequence of the album, without the visual, I saw the album. Without the visual, I was like, I can see this album. Mm-hmm. And that's a good piece of work. Like, bitch, I was like, bitch, I can see this whole project come together, how you did this, bitch. And everything is so organically grown. And everything on this album is so, like, bitch, I'm dinging, I'm danging, I'm playing on this keyboard right here, and I want to hear how this sound. And then I love how this bitch would come in here like, and then she'd be like, all right, put my voice behind this beat right here. Bitch, just do all, yes.
She used her voice like it was a paintbrush.
Ooh, she did, Kenny.
And they use the beats and stuff as if it was just they had fun. It was art.
Yeah.
It was like art, like it was music.
And I think that we don't appreciate it. I don't know, our generation do not appreciate shit like that at all. Not all.
Some people.
I think this track right here, I like when I can hear Solange's vocal, like clear vocal, without her messing around and stuff. I like this a lot. I was just re-listening to it after we watched the visual, and I was like, this is sickening. Look at the visual that comes on Spotify. Bitch, I like to hear Solange sing. bitch, and I be loving but that bitch is low key, not even low key, bitch. Solange is a bomb ass composer too. Cause bitch, you have to know how to compose to know how to make these sounds come together like this. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are like, well, bitch, Solange is, like, why is she doing all this, whatever. Bitch, Solange, her music has never been traditional pop music, radio friendly situations. Like, I think the only time was Sandcastles. But even then, it wasn't of time. Remember, she took like that, like back to basics type sound for that, like Uptown Funk situation.
She's just like deep into her art right now.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to put it. She's
really deep into her art. That's a perfect way to put it, actually. Her music, upon first listen for me, because I did it high, it was absolutely amazing. Now, I listened to it again this morning sober, but because I already kind of adapted to it high, my brain was already like, oh, this sounds good. You know what I mean? So it was like, oh, bitch, I can listen to it normally now, like sober. Like, oh, bitch, because I get it. Like, I get into the gig. Upon first listen, I can see why people would be like, yo, what is this? Baby, she's just talking in circles. But it's, she's doing mantras. Bitch is talking about planets and spirits and afterlife and shit. She's like symbolizing stuff.
Yeah, she having conversations with herself.
Yeah, a lot of yeah.
She in a lot of songs, she's just talking to herself.
Yeah, and you just there to listen. You just there to listen.
But it's like as if you were talking to yourself. You have to think when you listen to her music. You have to think of it from like not the just basic perspective.
You can't think of a basic perspective. Not at all. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Oh God, no. Because it's going to be so 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional, 6-dimension type shit. You know what I mean? And like for a black girl to do that, that's so uncommon. And that's why her music is like, what is Solange doing? You know what I mean? Or how some people may be like, girl, I don't care about what Solange is doing. When I saw what she gave, and it was so polar opposite of her big sister, I said, oh, bitch, I get into you. I get into you. Bitch, I was like, that's what you need. Yep. Let my big sister do all that hopping and chopping and whoos and all that. Girl, because the gag is Solange's vocals are cunt. And her vocal range, she gives Beyonce a run for her money. Because she can get up there. She can get up there. I did see some people say that it just, they appreciate the art, but I can't listen to it because it's too dreary.
Because it's too what?
Dreary.
Who? It's too what?
Dreary.
Like... It's too sad or something.
No, bitch, like it's too dreary.
It's too heavy.
Like it's no, bitch, dreary. Bitch, you know what I'm talking about? Like, bitch, when something is like it's dreary out here.
I don't think that this is the word.
Yes, it is.
Okay, say it again.
They said like they feel like the album is too dreary.
Zachary, that does not sound right.
Bitch. That does not sound right. That do sound right.
Dreary?
Dreary. There we go. Dreary.
Dreary. Dreary?
Bitch, I thought, bitch.
I'm not even sure if that's right. Like it's too woo. Yeah, okay.
So I've heard some complaints like that. Like, bitch, I can't get it.
But it depends what perspective you're thinking of it as also. It does. Because, bitch, this could be uplifting.
That's why I feel like it is.
That's how I take it most of the times. I could definitely see how somebody could see.
Somebody said.
What did somebody say? Dreary.
Somebody said it reminded me of Old Slave.
Oh my gosh.
was weird. I know why. Because that bitch came in and said, things I imagine.
Shut up, Zachary. Oh my God.
I saw things I imagined. Saw things.
Bitch! Ow! Ow!
She was telling herself.
Bitch, you know what that was to me? Can I tell you what that
What was it?
Can I tell you what that was to me? It reminds me of like she's just like she tapping her brain into something. Like, bitch, that's giving you the tone of the album. It's like, bitch, open up. She opened like her like a door to like a whirly world. Like, bitch, all right, I'm about to open up this door. Like the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe type of shit. Bitch, I saw things. Bitch, I'm setting y'all up. Bitch, we about to get into this real quick. I love this album. I do. I really love this album. That is so sickening. Well, all right. I'm going to let y'all go on that, okay? Love you guys for watching, as always. If you want to continue listening to what we have to say about the Tired Ass Podcast, I'm not closing the podcast. This is the video part of the podcast that I'm going to leave for the few people. And then, yeah. So, yeah. I love you guys watching, as always. And if you want to watch the rest of this podcast episode, just sign up in the link below where it says Tired Ass Podcast. All right, well, catch you in the next one. Bye.